So my buddy just came over, and we're going to have a blast putting the sucker together this afternoon. It looks like a really nice model. It is 654 pieces, and it says it's about that same kind of scale, that 1.5 feet ish. It says about 15 inches long, so it's not too big, not too small, but it should look pretty good. Not expecting it's going to take us very long to put it together, maybe an hour at most, just judging by the number of pieces, the complexity. So in 2009, they came out with the Millennium Falcon, and in 2010, they came out with the Star Destroyer. Then in 2020, they had a special Comic-Con release for the Nebulan B, and then last year, they had the Super Star Destroyer. All of those models look amazing, and so when they announced these a month or two ago, I was so excited. The Tantive IV, the Invisible Hand, and the new Millennium Falcon. I wasn't so interested in the Invisible Hand. It didn't look as detailed as a model as I was hoping or expecting. I already have a Millennium Falcon, so I wasn't interested in getting another one, but I was interested in the Tantive IV because I don't have any models of that one. I missed the previous ones that they had released on the larger scale, so I feel like this one should be a good fit, and then I might actually be able to find some place to put it in the house. So here is the 2009 Millennium Falcon. As you can see, it's got some pretty decent detail, and it looks all right for being what it was, and it was not very expensive at the time when I got it. I don't think I spent more than 40 bucks on it way back in the day. Then the Imperial Star Destroyer also looks pretty good for its scale and its age. Being a 2010 model, they didn't have a lot of the pieces they've got now, but it looks pretty good. The engines came out pretty nice. It's kind of self-standing, so I was happy with it. The Nebulan B, as I've stated in previous videos, has been one of my favorite models. They came out with it in 2020 for Comic-Con, which then got canceled. So the sets then went online. It is not cheap, but I feel like it is really, really, really worth it. There's a lot of detailing on the ship itself. Just it looks amazing. And then last year they came out with the Executor, which for its scale looks pretty sweet. They even have these tiny little Star Destroyers kind of giving it an escort. Not quite to scale, but it looks impressive. So now I've received the Tantive IV. I was really surprised how fast it shipped. It was supposed to release on the 1st, and it got here on the 1st. So that was amazing. But I'm excited to put it together and add it to the collection of ships, and I am really hoping that they keep doing this because there's a lot of ships that they could add to this collection that would look absolutely amazing, and stuff that they haven't done before. Even some of the ships they have. So like a Venator would be amazing. Like Home One or Moncal. Some of the other ships in the universe just look amazing, and they could really serve well as a midi-scale model like this. So we managed to get the Tantive finished in about an hour. It was 650 pieces, so that's right around what we were expecting to get done, and it looks pretty phenomenal. I say comparing it to some of the other models, it looks pretty good. The stickers are pretty good, and putting it next to the rest of my midi scales, it's a nice addition. The box says that it is 15.5 inches long, and it is not. It is barely 12.5 inches long. So I don't know where the miscommunication was on the documentation for it, but yeah, it was a little smaller than I was expecting. So the only other odd part to this is the nose. Feels like it should be a little bigger than that. It's not quite as wide as the body, and you can kind of see it's not quite as wide as the body, and it's a little bit small. Like, I feel like it needs to be probably one stud bigger and maybe one stud wider. So I might have to play around with some of my extra Legos upstairs, see if I can find any other cones that would do the trick, and maybe re-engineer the front of it slightly to make it just a little bit bigger and see how it looks. But otherwise, it looks pretty amazing. The engines especially look pretty spectacular. They're very well done. So if you haven't picked up any of these midi scales before and you're looking at possibly picking some of them up, now would be a good time to do it, especially with the new ones they came out with. Like I said, they've got a newer version of the Falcon, they've got a cheaper copy of the Invisible Hand, and they've got the Tantive IV. So they're all reasonable options, and they do look pretty nice. Thanks for watching.